Wings of Ebony by J Elle. Bullets don't have names, but if they did, chances are one would have mine, or someone brown skinned like me. Metal slats chill my legs, and I shimmy sideways, craning for a better view from this bus stop. Careful to keep the onyx stones fused to my wrist covered. Up all night, I watched the sun rise like a traitor to the chill set in my bones. A yawn scratches at my throat, but my lungs refuse to breathe. Any moment, Tasha would step out, hair tie-dyed drawstring, knapsack on her back, and her purple fuzzy phone clutched in her fingers. She always oversleeps, but she won't be late. Not today. She, like me, probably couldn't sleep, knowing we had to face today, had to relive what today means. 1 year ago today, Mom's died, shot on her stoop. No explanation, no investigation, just blood, pain, and lots of tears. So many tears. Since then, it's been Tasha and me, separated, living in different places. But not today. Today, my little sister won't be alone. My eyes sting. I blink the tears away as the bass-filled trunk rattles. By blasting some rapper whose name I can't remember. I'm home. It's good to be back, even if I can't stay. I sigh, but my shoulders cinch instead of sink. Construction crews spill out of work trucks across the street, bringing the block to life. Chiming bells snatch my attention. Kiki's wig shop? They opened early as hell today. 2 doors down, dudes in glistening chains, hoodies, and baggy jeans chop it up, slapping hands and giving one-arm hugs. My niggas. The whole block is family. Neighbors are aunties. I got more cousins than makes any sort of mathematical sense. You can't work that out logically with the family tree chart. The block is fam, just the way it is, the way it has to be. But even family keeps secrets. I tug at my sleeves. I lean back, slipping my hood on, face cloaked in shadow. I'm not trying to get tripped up with questions about where I've been. Some just too wild to even try to explain. And where I've been this past year, the place I'm forced to now call home, is wild AF. A jumble of voices pulls me around, twisting in my seat. I keep my head down, hoodie up, until their footsteps are faint patters. I exhale, my knees still bouncing. 6 a.m. My sis takes the bus to school because it's too far to walk, and everybody at the house is off to work well before the street lights start buzzing. Any moment now, she'll be out the door to find the gift I left on her step. A gift I wish I could hand to her if the risk wasn't so great. As far as folks know, I disappeared a year ago. They probably think I'm locked up in juvie somewhere. It's not true. I've been in juvie twice, 2 times too many. Being snatched from home before mom's was in the ground makes my insides ache more than how it felt sleeping on a cold cell floor. And the bastard who took me left Tasha. She isn't full blood, he said. We got the same mom, different dads. I try to tell him the whole block is fam. That I can't be pulled from home and just forget where I'm from. It don't work like that. But he wouldn't get that because he's not from around here. Home won't ever be behind me. He wasn't hearing it. Once you leave this place, you can't ever come back. Ever, he said without explaining. And for 364 days, I didn't. But Tasha won't be alone today. Today she has me. Even if it means breaking their dumb rules to leave her this gift. She will know I remember. I tuck my curls inside my hoodie and swipe the screen on my wristwatch. It warms, glowing a dull blue. It's barely breakfast time, and this Houston heat is straight up disrespectful. 6:05. Come on, sis. I promised Bree, just about the only friend I have at my new home, I'd get in, leave Tasha's gift, see her off to school, and get out of here. She protested, but she made me this dope watch to get here and back without magic, undetected. She just finished it days ago and was afraid it might not work. A pulsing dot shifts on its screen, zeroing in on Tasha's location when I tap. Works just fine. Bree is smart, I swear. But as long as I lay low, no one will ever know I'm gone. A frayed purple necklace dangles from my neck. I roll the thread back and forth between my fingers. The last time I saw Tasha, she wore a matching one. The spell charm that used to hang off from it broke off months ago. Tasha's got a thing for birds. Something about flying mesmerizes her. She was always back and forth between mom's and her dad's grandma's house. She likes a bird, even if she can't fly. Little bones, light, so small, always flitting between fam's houses. A bird with many nests. When I last saw her, she was going on about some new species she learned about in school. I smirked. She loves school, a trait we don't share. Tasha must have got that from her pop's side of the family. I didn't have a dad, so home for me didn't change every weekend. I pulled the knot in the charmless necklace, making sure it's tight. As ratty as it is, it's mine. My sister's, ours. One of the few things I was able to hold on to from this place when I left. My only real keepsake from home. Tasha's glittery pink Converses catch the sunlight as the door opens and I gasp. She's taller than before. How'd she grow that fast? The door fully opens and I'm up on my feet. I lighten my pace across the street, careful to stick to the shadows. I can see her, love her from a distance, but here I can't touch her. Touching her is the one rule I can't break. Something changed when I was bound to magic in Ghizon, the place I live now. I rubbed the onyx lump fused to my wrist and it warmed. Having magic is cool, but it isn't worth the cost. If I had the choice, I'd chosen Tasha and live here on the block. A message on my watch shakes my wrist, and I ignore it. Eyes fixed on my sis. I skip across the street to get closer, careful to keep my hood up. Shade swallows me on her side street. She pops in earbuds before locking the door and slipping her string straps on her shoulders. That faded tie-dye. I told her that went out in the 70s, but she loves it. She was never one to follow what everyone else is doing. She's always been like that though. Cool, doing her own thing, like me. That we must have both got from moms. Come on, Tosh, look down. Neon braids dangle from her cornrows, dancing across her scalp in zigzags. Her hair is always tight. Her nails probably match. That's my sis. Nail polish isn't my thing. Chips too easy. I keep my fresh white ones clean though. Toothbrush in my pocket at all times. Tosh ain't leaving the house without the dopest do and flyest nails. Period. 12 years old and stunning. I slick down my edges, grinning, remembering. On the stoop, moms used to rip through our heads, braiding ours in half the neighborhoods with a piece of cigarette dangling from her lip. Took the whole Saturday, I swear. She smacked the out of my hand with a rat tail comb if I moved too much. You got too much hair to be tender-headed, she'd say. I flick away hot tears. Mom's is gone and crying never solved. Glasses perched on Tasha's beautifully wide nose hide her dark eyes. Her shoe nudges the wrap box I left on her bottom step, and my heart skips a beat. She grabs it and looks around. I press into the neighbor's brick. She cannot see me. How would I explain that? Where, where do I say I've been? What do I do if she wants to come back with me? She wouldn't understand. And if she tries to touch me, Patrol back in Ghizon says touching humans gives them memories of all your feelings and experiences. She know everything about the secret place I live and the magic they gave me. I can't. Ghizon exists in secret, and they intend to keep it that way. Just being here for a few is enough. It has to be enough. Chin up. I pretend the dull ache in my chest isn't there. Lines riddle Tasha's forehead. The paper. Look at the wrapping paper. She rips the side open, then stops. She brings it closer to her face, and tiny craters dent her cheeks. She holds the package there, staring, smiling. A priceless smile, worth every bit of trouble I could get into for this. I wasn't sure what to wrap it with. They don't exactly have a mini mart with wrapping paper where I'm living. They probably magic some together, but I don't know the spells yet. So, I took pages from Mom's old journal and wrapped the box like an extra gift in addition to what's inside. Tasha peers closer at the paper and gasps. Mom's words. She's reading them. Her fingertips find the corners of her eyes. I stay on her 6 as she walks with quick steps toward her bus stop, opening the package. I can't see her face. I want to see that big grin when she actually opens it up. We round the corner, head down Fisher Street, and turn into Mom's complex, a square block of row-style brown brick apartments with a basketball court in the center, my old spot. My janky hoop still hangs there with a piece of plywood for a backboard. The smell of bay leaves, onion, and garlic curl my toes. Somebody's grandma's cooking gumbo. I haven't set foot in my old stomping grounds since I left. Seeing the backside from across the street wasn't easy, but walking into my neighborhood is hard. The block's lit like it's a Saturday night. People are everywhere, spilling out of their homes. Mom's old door is still coated in chipped green paint. The number 9 dangles there like it always did, perpetrating as a 6. My fingers twitch to fix it out of habit. Tubs of weed peek through the cracks on the stoop, where I spent summers drinking cool cups, gossiping with my girls, hollering at dudes. I walk along the shade. Tasha's digging into the box now. The playground swings shuffle in the wind, creaking. They're like a clock, reminding me I shouldn't be here. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Maybe a little closer. Just a little. I stroll down a broken concrete path along the swing set, carefully cloaked in darkness, but closer to her now. She cracks a smile, and I'm warm all over. She rounds the corner up ahead, and I follow as a pair of 6'2" somethings walk by. Baggy jeans, another face I don't know, says, "What's up?" I do the same. Their bling dangles and clicks above zip-ups and long sleeves. It's not cold enough for all that. Like most winters in Houston, it's muggy. My watch vibrates. Another message. Ignored. Just a few more minutes. A chance to see her face light up at what's inside that box. Something to let her know that today of all days, I am still thinking of her. Around the corner is Tasha's school bus, 6:19, on time. She rips off the last piece of paper and pulls out a golden trinket from inside the box. It was a little pendant Mom's gave me, the last thing I had from her. I put the heart-shaped pendant in my hand 3 weeks before she died. Told me she worked a double shift for months to afford it. That didn't mean I needed to feel bad, she said. Just that my better not lose it because she can't afford another one. Tasha used to ask me to play with it. I wouldn't even let her breathe on it. Now it's hers. I'm the oldest, which means I have to be the strongest. She needs it more than me. My watch pings. I swipe right. A new message and all the ignored older ones scroll up the screen. You okay? It's been a long time. I'm getting worried. Rue? An old school Cadillac with a rattling trunk steals my attention as its shiny chrome wheels slide to a stop. His black tinted windows crack and the kids at the bus stop rush over. Two kids about Tasha's age hop out, nosy, like mom's always said I was. I crane my neck trying to see. Tasha looks in my direction, like dead at me. I can't move. Does she see me? She waves at me, but she's looking past me. I spin on my heels. Some dude's hanging out a car across this intersection, waving back at her. I exhale. AOT, he yells. The dude's white button up is tucked neatly into a pair of faded jeans. His face, do I know him? Sup. Even her voice sounds older. She puts the heart-shaped pendant in her pocket and jets his way. I squint, hunching beside a dumpster. Who is this dude? And why is he whatever he wants so important she has to leave her stop to cross the street to come to him? You want something? You come to her. My sister won't be running after no one. She looks both ways, and he does too, beckoning her closer. She's all smiles. Her bus. She's going to miss her bus. Uneasiness coils in my gut. She knows this dude. And by the way she's grinning, she knows him well. I'm on my feet, keeping her in my sights. I don't like this. She darts across the first half of the street as the sound of her horn zip by. Hurry up, girl, he says with a smile, his pasty skin reflecting in the morning sun. Hey, wait up, she answers. I'm coming. Coming where? Where the we going? I need to be closer. I'm not feeling any of this. Not with my sister. Not while I'm here. I creep so close, the scent of her vanilla hair pudding swirls in my nose. I'm so close. So very close. If she turns around, she will see me. Then what? As she checks both ways again, tires peel out in the distance. Burnt rubber stings my nostrils. The dude's now in his Impala, dark blue with glistening wheels. My heart won't slow, and I no longer expect it to. Tasha dips across the rest of the intersection and hops in his passenger seat. He pulls off the curb. She turns my way. Our eyes lock. She sees me. I'm no expert on the ins and outs of Ghizon, the magic world, but one thing I know for sure. Magic folk, like these laws here, do not like broken rules. What does a slap on the wrist even look like? Tosh knows I'm being here is a problem. A big problem. Her mouth is hanging wide open in utter shock. She grabs the dude's shoulder to slow down. He throws me a glance, black ink pinking at me from the collar of his shirt. His eyes burn into mine, and he doesn't smile. Doesn't stop, just slows. Approaching a yellow light. My excitement shatters. Tires screech off in the distance. The tattered driver runs the red and keeps rolling across the intersection, staring at me instead of the road. A white sedan dents my peripheral, racing towards them. The skin on my back bristles like icy hot knives. They're gonna get hit. The sedan's driver's eyes bulge as he slams on the brakes. No, no, no. Rubber screams and skids against pavement. My magic. I close the distance between us and raise my hands, fingers spread wide. I tug all my focus on the center of my wrist. Energy like heat rushes through me, pulling in the balls of onyx glowing at my wrist. Ready. The time spell. The words. What are the words? Tenayo Vivi. Magic rips from my hands like branches, blinding and hot. Everything stills. Time stops. The nose of the white car is frozen, in motion, kissing the passenger side door, Tasha's door. The face of the guy driving the white sedan is scrunched in pain, frozen and unmoving. Tasha's arms are still. Tasha's arms are all I see, still in a wave. The entire scene is frozen, like figures of glass, pupils dilated with fear. Wind whips around us feverishly. I'm here, I say. Her eyes are wide and still. She probably can't hear me, but I whisper all the same. You're going to be okay. The guy in the driver's seat next to her is still as ice. Hand on the door handle, a twisted grin glued on his face. A big, coiled snake tattoo is on his neck. I move around the car and tug at the back door. Locked. With no one conscious watching, I press my palms together, conjuring a force of energy between them. I thrust it at the rear window. It shatters in a sea of chimes. Fie! Flames ignite from my fingertips. The smell of burnt chemicals fills my nostrils as I scorch through her seatbelt as quickly as I can. Magic bearers should never touch humans. The rule plays on repeat in my head. Frantic, I wrap my shaking hands around her, and a tingling sensation moves through me. I bite down, ignoring it, and pull harder. Her warm skin against mine, singed, but hanging on by a thread. The seatbelt still doesn't let go of her leg. The time spell will wear off any second, and this car crash will crunch back into motion. I tug and bite the belt, pulling as coppery liquid fills my mouth. It won't relent. She will not die here. She won't. I clench my teeth and yank again. This belt releases. Magic bearers should never touch humans. The rules, the stupid rules. This is my sister, not just anyone. They can do their worst to me. I'm not losing her. I pull her petite frame onto the asphalt. The street lights are flashing now, and the colors shift from green to yellow to red and back to green. I glance over my shoulder, check my watch. How long does the time spell last? I bite my lip. Bree would know. I fidget with my watch to send her a message as the sound of crunching glass splits the air. I raise my hand, trying to keep the spell intact. Hold. Please hold. My hand shakes more violently, and the air itself seems to tremble. It's not going to hold. She's like a cinder block. But with one arm, I drag her toward the sidewalk, away from the crash. Wake up, Tosh. Come on, wake up. She bats her eyes. Sounds of crumpling fiberglass cracks through the air. My spell is buckling. My hands tremble from the heat my wrist simmers. I can't hold it. Oof. A jolt of pain radiates through me, and chaos erupts in blurred motion. The car she was just in skids across the intersection and plants into a pole. But the driver just inside is gone. Wait, what? But how? The driver of the white car hangs out the window, neck crooked, backward, and streaked with blood. I turn my face away. Tasha pulls herself up on shaky elbows, blinking in my direction. Rue? She looks at me, and I cover the warm stones in my wrist. Rue! Her voice cracks, and nothing matters anymore. I pull her into me. It's okay. You're okay. Cars swerve to a stop, narrowly missing the pile of crushed metal. Help will be here soon, I say. She weeps against my chest, a gash on her forehead, crying tears of blood. I hold her tight. Tight like moms used to do. It's over, I whisper, refusing tears, trying to break free. You're okay. I'm here. Everything's okay. The crowd nearby clamors over one another for a look at the wreck, when a sweet chemical scent wafts past. Gasoline. No. No. We have to move. Even on the sidewalk, we're too close. I fumble for her arm, pulling it over my shoulder. She's heavy, so much heavier than I remember. We have to get up. The gasoline smell stings my nostrils and words stick to the roof of my mouth. Tosh, we have to get farther away. Her head bobs like she's woozy. Her forehead womb gushing faster. Magic. Move her with magic. A cluster of eyes cling to us. Everybody's watching, recording. I can't. The time spell wore off. People are watching. I can't use magic with them looking. The chemical smells grow stronger and a flicker of fire dents my periphery. Do something. But people are around. I have to. I can't lose her. The words are fuzzy in my head, and the black stones fused to my wrist swirl with warmth, but nothing sputters from my hand. Focus. What are the words? I can't think. I pull hard from my center, and my wrist grows hot. I pull hard from my center, and my wrist glows hot as the black balls fuse to my skin heat like a skillet. My words are muddled, but I feel it. I feel my magic. Energy rushes through me, ripping from my palms, a light sprouting like rays of sun. Fust. The light shifts into a wall transparent as glass between us and the crash, rippling like droplets of water. The ground shudders, and clouds of orange blaze explode, slamming against the invisible barrier. Jolts of pain pinch my spine. But I keep my hand still. If I let go, the flames will swallow us. She moans. Tosh, stay with me. I'm here. It's going to be okay. She hugs me, nestling her fingers against my skin. I close my eyes and focus on the rhythm of her heartbeat pressed to my chest. Mom used to rock me back and forth and hum when I was little and scared, so I rock. Holding her stirs a heat inside of me, brighter and fiercer than the sizzling flames popping just a ways away. Sirens moan in the backdrop, and orange light colors my eyelids. I don't want to open them, not yet. My wrist chilled as the fire and magic around us fizzles out, and a gust of smoke assaults my head. She's okay. We're okay. My wristwatch buzzes. It's Bree. What did you do? Patrol is coming. Run.